You going away over the holidays?
Wow, we're going on a cruise.
Oh, 1 minute.
January.
Oh, gotcha. That's
That's why.
trying to find
That's why I'm
find
kind
a
of
date
missing.
to work.
Between me gone and you gone, everything's all
I
screwed
see,
up.
yeah, well, we'll get it.
Where are you cruising to?
Caribbean again.
That sounds terrible.
That sounds awful. Every year.
I've been watching the weather. It's just gonna be terrible. But
The whole family going?
no, so this time last year it was the whole family. This
Okay.
time it's our whole work staff.
Oh,
We had a donor.
no way.
Money and say,
Oh, okay.
take your stuff. So
Oh, isn't that cool?
cruise was astronomical.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be
So staff and spouses.
awesome.
Yes.
That sounds great. What a cool experience.
Yeah.
Nice memorable.
Okay.
6:30.
I would like to call this December 19th, 2022, regular meeting of the New Philadelphia Board of Education to order, please. We'll start as we do with our mission statement. The New Philadelphia City Schools will provide all students the opportunity to achieve their highest potential, to become educated, self-sufficient, and responsible citizens. We are committed to providing every student a diverse quality education within a safe and secure environment through a dedicated, innovative, and highly qualified staff in partnership with parents and the community at large. We gauge our decisions against the mission statement. Please stand and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please call the roll.
Mr. France?
Present.
Dr. Fuller?
Here.
Mr. Galantine?
Yes.
Mr. McMath?
Here.
Mr. Weaver?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Mr. Weaver, and a second?
Second.
Mr. McMath, are there any changes, additions, deletions? Please call the roll.
Mr. Weaver?
Yes.
Mr. McMath?
Yes.
Mr. France?
Yes.
Dr. Fuller?
Yes.
Mr. Galantine?
Yes.
Motion carries.
I have a motion to approve the minutes from the regular meeting dated November 21st, 2022.
I'll move.
Mr. Galantine, and a second?
Second.
Dr. Fuller? Any changes, discussion? Please call the roll.
Mr. Galantine?
Yes.
Dr. Fuller?
Yes.
Mr. France?
Yes.
Mr. McMath?
Yes.
Mr. Weaver?
Yes.
Motion carries.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming. It's always great to have a full house at a board meeting. So I'm going to turn this over to Mr. Fortney now, so we can celebrate some of the successes.
Thank you. Guys, it's always great. Yeah, you feel like you're in court. I know how that goes. So, believe me, we will go relatively quickly once we get all of our fall athletes announced. But one of the things I do want to say to everyone here is, you know what, we had a tremendous fall season. This was kind of the first season, I think, that was somewhat normal for a long time for a lot of our parents and kids, meaning post-COVID. And you know what? We had some really good successes. We had our volleyball team won sectional. Our girls, our boys soccer won a sectional. Our girls soccer was regional runner-up and made the Elite Eight this year, which was outstanding. We just had a lot of tremendous achievements. Our boys football team, beat Dover, which was obviously a huge accomplishment. But there's a ton of individual accomplishments for our coaches and also for a lot of our individual student athletes. And that's what we're going to recognize right now. Not everybody's able to make it this evening, but we do want to recognize those that were able to attend, okay? And we'll start off kind of in alphabetical order and just kind of go by sport. So first of all, we have, I'm going to set those right there on the corner. First, we have Alec Edelman and First Team East District, First Team OCC, and Boys Cross Country. And next, we have Marcus Edelman, who was Division I state qualifier, First Team East District, East District of the Year, and First Team OCC. right, some of these guys got some accomplishments, so we'll hold the applause until they get up here if we can. Next, we have Cambry Mush Rush, girls cross country, who was a Tuscarawas County champion and also first team East District. All right, and next we're going to go on to our football team, and we had quite a few here that received individual awards, so we'll take them one at a time. Our first one was Trevor Bean, was third team All-Ohio, first team East District, then first team OCC. Next, we have Jaden Bolt, who was honorable mention All-Ohio and first team East District. Next, we have Cameron Clarkson, who was honorable mention All-Ohio, first team East District, and first team OCC. All right, and next we have Nathaniel Demuth, who was honorable mention All-Ohio, first team East District, and he also led participation in fall luncheons this year because he's in so many activities. I think that would have been good from 60 against Canfield in that playoff game, so that was unbelievable. He had a 48-yarder. That was awesome. Next, we have Keaton Fossil, who was honorable mention All-Ohio and first team East District. Next, we have Elijah Forrest, who was honorable mention All-Ohio and first team East District. Dakota McCune was honorable mention All-Ohio, first team East District, and first team OCC. Next, we had Connor Tetzloff, who was honorable mention All-Ohio and first team East District. We also had Curtis Tetzloff, who was honorable mention All-Ohio and first team East District. And we also had Willie Wallace, who was honorable mention All-Ohio and first team East District. And we have Mr. Thad Van Arsdalen, who was second team All-Ohio, first team East District, and first team OCC.
Bravo.
Next, we're moving on to boys golf. We had Mr. Nathan Menapace, who was first team East District Player of the Year, and first team OCC. And we had Emma Menapace, who was in girls golf, was first team East District and academic All-Ohio. All right, next we're going to move on to volleyball. We have Brooklyn Corral, who was first team first team District 5 coaches and first team OCC. Next, we have Callan Perks, who got the school record this year, 835 assists in one season. Congratulations. Good job. Next, we have Ali Vol, who was first team District 5 Coach Association, first team OCC, also had the school record with 43 digs in a match. All right, and next we want to recognize Coach Susan Reason, who for volleyball was the District 5 Coach of the Year. Oh, good. Great job, Coach. Congratulations. Good job.
I can take Ali's or.
What's that? No, I'll get this to her. That'll be fine. Okay, next we're going to recognize for our girls soccer, first one who was unable to be here tonight. I know Lauren Cantini for girls soccer, who was first team All-Ohio, first team East District Player of the Year, first team OCC, and a school record of 55 goals in one season. Next, we have Kellen Fossil, and she signed her national letter of intent to go to Division I, Marshall University. She was second team All-Ohio, first team East District, first team OCC, and had a school record 25 assists in one season. And next, we have Marilyn Stokey, who was first team East District in girls soccer. She also had some incredible tournament games, I know, as a goalie for us. Did an outstanding job. And next, we have our East District Coach of the Year for girls soccer, Coach A.J. Wally. finally, we have, we got an individual here, and I don't think Coach, is Coach Ramey here? No? Okay, well, great. This is actually good. So I got two awards here, and first of all, I'm going to give him the award for what he got as an individual soccer player. And I also want to recognize him for something else that the boys soccer team received that I think he played a huge part in. First, I want to bring up Javen Doss. He was a first team East District and first team OCC in boys soccer. You also get to stay up here because I want you to get another award here, which is probably of all the awards that we have tonight, I'm most proud of, because the boys soccer team was actually recognized by the Eastern District for winning the Team Sportsmanship Award. And I think it was people like Javen and a lot of the seniors that we had in our boys soccer program that represented New Philadelphia and represented our athletic department and our programs with just the utmost amount of sportsmanship that I think that we could. And I'm going to also present him with that award as well. And again, congratulations, great job. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you. Okay, building spotlight, Welty Middle School.
So first of all, I just want to congratulate all of our athletes. It's really cool to see kids that we just had 4 or 5 years ago excel. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not surprised because they had such good middle school careers too. So it's really cool just to see all of your guys' success. So congratulations on all that. That's awesome. So I just want to thank the Board of Education for the invite tonight and for giving us the opportunity to come and speak to you and brag a little bit about our school. Anytime I get the chance to do that, I'm going to take that opportunity. We have a lot of good things going on at Welty, and we're going to show you a lot of those things tonight. And I've asked 2 of our student groups to come and present tonight. I've asked the Student Council, and I've also asked our National Junior Honor Society. Our Student Council is led by Miss Kelly McCula. She's back there. She's also our art teacher. I have to say she is one tremendous art teacher. She has made lovers of art out of my 2 children, and I never thought that would happen. So I appreciate that. We also have Mr. Steve Palumbo. He is our 8th grade science teacher. He does a fantastic job in the classroom too. He's one of the students' favorites each and every year. So I appreciate all that they do. I am going to turn it over to Ms. McCula and our student council. They put together a little slideshow for you tonight. They're just going to highlight some of those awesome things that we do at Welty, and then I think there's some pictures that they added too. So, Ms. McCula.
Thank you so much. We do have about a dozen student council members here. If you would just stand up so we can see who you are. So we have 27 members in total this year, so this is just a few who are joining us tonight, so I appreciate them. We do have a presentation for you, and Ella Incarnado, current 8th grade student, volunteered to step up to the plate and present to you. So, Ella, you're up.
You want to come on up here? I think. Actually, if you want to stand there, Mr. Neff will put the slide.
The goal of Student Council is to promote a sense of community within the building, to act as a voice for students, to provide community service, and to raise funds for charitable causes and school improvements. These are our 2022-2023 Student Council representatives, and there's 27 throughout all of the 3 grades. We create fun, spirited days, and they create a sense of community and a shared purpose, and encourage students to get involved in activities. The one on the right is our Dover Philly Spirit Week. It's our current Christmas Spirit Week. We paint spirited posters promoting our middle school core values: responsibility, respect, commitment, achievement, excellence, accountability, and honesty, and to support our academic and athletic teams. We ran a homeroom contest encouraging donations of personal hygiene products. In just 4 days, we collected over 500 items that will be distributed throughout our building and to local families in need. We pride ourselves on our school beautification projects. Such projects teach students to be respectful of their environment and to show the community that we take pride in our schools. We have more in store for the school year too. Coming up, we have a winter collection which involves collecting hats and gloves to donate to local families in need, the snowball dance in January, volunteering for blessings in a backpack, a spring fundraiser with proceeds going to neighborhood blessing boxes, and mural painting in the spring.
Okay, thank you, Ella. Well, that takes a lot to get up in front of a bunch of people, so awesome job. Mr. Palumbo, I'm going to turn it over to our NJHS president, or I'm sorry, our advisor and president.
Yeah, again, thank you guys for allowing us to speak today. Can I have my NJHS members, all of you who are here present, could you please stand up? We have about 23 active members in NJHS right now. These are some of the people who are kind of double dipping as well. We stood up for student council, so these guys are really involved. That's one of the things I'm very proud of at Balti Middle School. We have a lot of kids who are involved. They do a lot of things throughout it. So I love that we get the opportunity to kind of showcase a little bit of that today. If you guys, those of you who are speaking, would you guys please stand up in front of the room? We'll tell you guys a little about what we've done so far this year and what we have to offer here this coming spring as well. So. Finnegan, go ahead and start.
Hello, my name is Finnegan Blocker. I'm the National Junior Honor Society President for the 2022 to 2023 school year. I would like to share with you today a little bit about what NJHS is about. National Junior Honor Society is focused on 4 pillars. Those are scholarship, leadership, and service, and citizenship. We use the principles to drive what we do within the organization. One of our biggest points of emphasis is community outreach. How we choose to give back helps all of us to learn to become empowered leaders, not only through our school, but within our community as well. Each year, we are all tasked with completing 15 hours of community service, work together to create fundraisers, and partake in other service opportunities. Here are current members, them. We have 23 active members that participate in the service activities and fundraisers throughout the year. NJHS is a selective group based where only students who are entering in the 7th and 8th grade can apply. Students must maintain a 3.5 GPA or higher for 39 weeks straight through the academic year to be invited to apply. Then they must fill out an application where they will talk about their leadership roles in community service that they have done throughout the year. Our advisors review the applications and select our members. That was a little bit about us. Now I'll turn it over to our Vice President Reese Schumann, who will talk about the year so far.
Thank you, Finnegan. Like you said, my name is Reese Schumann, and I'm the current Vice President of NJHS. This year we've been very active working with the school and community. Lots of our members are currently working on the 15 required hours of community service and having huge impacts on the community. We also have done a few projects so far this year as a whole organization to help with that as well. First, we kicked off the school year with our annual Dover Philly football fundraiser. We made paper footballs and sold them to raise money for the blessings in a backpack. We raised over $600. The next service project we did was when we went to Blessings in a Backpack and helped pack backpacks to be passed out to students in the district. We also became in charge of running the Pride Ticket Cart. Every Friday, we take the Pride Ticket Cart down to lunch and are responsible for allowing kids to turn in quicker Pride tickets to buy items off the cart. There's candy, drinks, ice cream, and much more. We're also asked to help with the Share a Christmas this year. For a week, we went around to homerooms and collected presents from whoever brought it in for a family that they picked off the Share a Christmas tree outside the office. Finally, we are currently running our annual Paper Chains fundraiser. We're selling paper chain links to raise money to buy gift cards for Mrs. Carpenter. She was able to use these gift cards to help families with the district who needed help. We raised over $1,000 last year and are currently on pace to raise over $1,000 again. This is what we have accomplished so far. Now I'll turn it over to our active member, Tegan Zimmerman, to tell you all about what's coming the rest of the year.
Thank you, Reese. Like you said, my name is Tegan Zimmerman, and I'm a current member of NJHS. With the year almost halfway over, and we still have a lot to accomplish. Once we finish our Christmas fundraiser, the next one will be for Valentine's Day. Last year, we sold carnations with custom notes that students could get delivered to their sweetheart, of course. Everyone loved their flowers and notes, and we are looking forward to doing something like this again in February. After this, we will focus on getting our new members inducted into the chapter. First, we will complete our tapping ceremony. Once the advisors have selected the new members that will be inducted into our chapter, current officers and active members will go around the school and tap the students who have now been selected to be inducted. Then comes the induction ceremony, where we will all be present to help welcome our new members to the chapter. Our final fundraising event of the year will be the Pie the Teacher in the Face. We will sell tickets to students at lunch in the morning. Students will be able to write their names on tickets and put them into a bin that will be used to draw for a grade level teacher who volunteered to be pied in the face. Part of the proceeds will go to the United Way Foundation. That is our year. On behalf of the Welty National Junior Honor Society, we would like to thank you for your time and support. Go Quakers!
Take a good look, that's Mr. Cook getting pied in the face right there. So. Guys, great job. I truly believe we have the best middle schoolers around, as evidenced by how they spoke in front of you. That takes a lot. So thank you so much for coming here tonight and presenting you guys. And for all the other members of both clubs, thank you for being here. Very proud of the culture that we've created at Welty Middle School. And it's because of these two groups, in large part because of these two groups. You can see all of the fun things and the great things that they do. I can't take credit for any of those things. I like to post a lot of those fun things on social media and Facebook. So whenever they come to me with an idea, I'm like, yeah, let's do it. It sounds great. So again, thank you to these two awesome clubs for all that you do and the culture that you help create at Welty. So. The last thing I'm going to do is present you guys with a Quaker ticket. You guys were all great listeners tonight. You guys were very respectful, responsible, and you were ready. Except he was dozing off over here. So great job. You get your first Welty ticket. I have to tell a funny story about these. You might be wondering why they're blue. We had a counterfeit operation going on with one of the students, so we have to change the colors up quite often, so that's why they're blue. So you guys get a Quaker ticket. Great job.
Thank you.
And if I didn't know everybody was coming tonight, I would have brought enough for everybody. So I'm sorry. Here we go, Mrs. Wentworth.
Thank you
And if
so
you want to
much.
turn it in for a Starburst, I have a jar of Starburst over there after the meeting. So,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Thank you.
There you go.
Well, we certainly appreciate everybody coming this evening. Recognize and to make presentations, to make us aware of what's going on in your building. That is always appreciated. We're glad you can make it. This is the point in the meeting where that I will encourage and invite all of you to stay. But if you'd like to leave now, there's likely to be an exodus. So if you choose to leave, thank you for coming. And Merry Christmas.
I thought you were.
I don't have it.
It is.
You guys want some candy? Starburst for
Well
everyone.
done, good job.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Just like the ticket card.
Thank
One
you.
of these,
I don't know if
one
you
ticket
remember
on
me.
Fridays.
Ellie, I'm Steve's daughter. I was in your class. Okay.
I like that.
Good to see you.
Merry
On time.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you for coming. Merry Christmas to you.
Hey, have a good
Can't sell.
It's my former
That is my wife.
I always. Oh my.
She was like. Full board will be on there.
And she had to do the Heimlich on me. And I was like, what a small world that I pretended was my fifth grade teacher. My wife is crazy. And saved her life by choking on a meatball. Now we're having kids. So thank you for allowing that to save her life so we can do that.
Oh my goodness.
I know. Not only do you know my aunt, you know, it's just like just know everybody. That's part of my life, so that's great. So there you go. So I wanted to share you that. So, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I'll tell her you said hi.
Yes,
and, you know,
please do.
head on
And when's the baby due?
baby,
Hey,
March 30th.
back at it again.
We got 15 weeks, and it's
Boy,
happening.
girl, you know?
Boy, yeah,
Right.
yeah. So we're pretty excited. We're ready to go. So.
Awesome. All right.
Thank you. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you for it.
Thank you.
Yep. See you later. See you later.
That was crazy. I can't. Oh, and you didn't-
I'll be darned,
do some
yeah,
homework
it's like,
and-
I'll be darned, yeah.
Scary how many.
Okay,
We have, yeah,
that was good.
hundreds.
I'm not aware that anyone signed up for public.
Have
Right.
signatures.
Amazing.
Okay, so we will move on to the treasurer's report.
Okay, in your board folder, you have the November 22 financial reports, the key indicator, the cash flow, the check register, and the bank reconciliation report. All items are in balance. You also have the QDA and QPA financial reports for your review. This is required under the sponsorship. The auditors now require me to provide you with the MasterCard points and limits for your review. I've given you the vitality report for our district wellness program, and I'm about to start sending my little emails about the VHR for people to go do the VHR. The maintenance building that we're purchasing, I'm asking you to approve an addendum to that agreement. The one thing that was left out of our original agreement is the royalties remain with the seller. So I just want to make sure that you're aware of that, not royalties, mineral rights. Yes, sorry. And they're not paying any royalties, by the way. We have a Carpenter heating and cooling quote for room 133 at the high school in the amount of $53.62. We have an impact group agreement for $109 a day for a special needs student. Every 5 years, we do a memorandum of agreement with our banks, and Unified Bank is up, so the agreement will run through 2026. That also is in your folder. That's just a typical agreement we have to have in place. I'm asking you to accept the donation from the Rainbow Connection for a Pro Heel sit-to-stand lift and 2 slings in the amount of $22.48. And I have appropriation and certificate of estimated resource amendments. Oh, and within that, I do want to point out the safety grant is listed in there in the amount of $317,000. That's the grant we're receiving that Mrs. Wentworth has been working so hard on.
Is there a motion to approve the treasurer's report?
So moved.
Mr. McMath, and a second?
Second.
Mr. Weaver, do we have any questions for the treasurer?
I do have one. On the key indicator report, we've got this bucket for all other revenue that we're tracking a couple $100,000 behind. Is that something that we're expecting to get, or can you speak to that, Julie?
Off the top of my head, I believe that part of that is because we haven't received some of our payments from the county
Okay.
at this point. But I will follow up and make sure I send an email to the board documenting what all
Okay.
that is.
Yeah, just curious. I don't know if we're just tracking a little behind or what to expect with that.
And I do want to let you know that I spoke to the county auditor this week. They're just now getting the bills prepared for the county. And so they might run a little behind. I may have to come back in January with a tax anticipation note again, where we take that note, and then when we start getting our tax revenues, we pay that back right away.
Okay, thanks.
I don't have any questions, but I have a comment if I can. I know I've said it privately, but publicly, Amy, great job. You and your team getting the safety grant, $317,000. I know that's a lot for us. It's a big win. And I know that it'll really be a good for all of our buildings, and the plans that you have for it are fantastic. So, well done, good work.
Absolutely.
Appreciate that. To do some good things for our schools.
Okay, please call the roll.
Mr. McMath?
Yes.
Mr. Weaver?
Yes.
Mr. France?
Yes.
Dr. Fuller?
Yes.
Mr. Galantine?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Personnel.
We have a few resignations. Want to also highlight there are two retirements that have been put in, both of which are effective at some point in January. Lisa Watson, who's a paraprofessional, and Greg Simmers, who is a custodian at South, are both retiring. Along with the people leaving us, we have some new hires, replacing a Title I tutor at South, and we are adding 2 district subs at the secondary level. These will be subs that work in our district every day to help alleviate some of our sub shortages, we hope. Adding some classified positions, and then we have supplementals to approve, substitute teachers, more classified substitutes, so we always are thankful for our substitutes, and several volunteers as well. So I ask that you would approve all those personnel changes.
Have a motion to approve.
I'll move.
Mr. Galantine, and a second.
Second.
Mr. Weaver. Are we, and I don't mean to imply no effort is being put into maintaining staff, but it's every month, there's a lot of our classified folks leave, and we're fortunate to find replacements. Do we have any ideas on helping retain?
We are certainly working on that. In fact, that is, we have a committee now that is devoted to working on
that's terrific.
retention. We're working on some additional training for our paraprofessionals. We think that that might be helpful as well. And kudos to Janet Mako, who has really spearheaded that with the paraprofessionals, trying to make sure that we have the right people and the right people have the right training. Hopefully that will improve.
Great. Anything else? Please call the roll.
Mr. Galantine?
Yes.
Mr. Weaver?
Yes.
Mr. France?
Yes.
Dr. Fuller?
Yes.
Mr. McMath?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Committee reports.
Want to draw your attention to the Business Advisory Council minutes, which are linked there. We did have a Tuscarawas County meeting of the Business Advisory Council here a couple weeks ago with many of our local businesses represented in all the school districts. And it was a very good collaborative conversation, highlighting what they're looking for and how schools can provide that, and then how they can also assist schools with student opportunities. So I'm very appreciative of that ongoing collaborative relationship. Facilities Committee, if one of you gentlemen want to give the update from the Facilities Committee?
You want to?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, gosh, on the spot.
There's not a whole lot, everything is going really well, which is a good thing. The problems that we were dealing with at the beginning of the year have been addressed or are in the process of being addressed. And the delays in projects that should have happened last year that were caused by supply chain issues are falling into place, and the supplies we need are where we need them to be, so we can start as soon as weather and vacancy of the buildings allows us to get going. So there's not really anything to talk about right now, I don't think. It's all stuff that we've talked about before, but it's actually, things are in line to where they can get done.
I will say, we are going to replace the boilers at South Elementary starting Thursday.
Oh, wow,
great.
So the materials are here. They are ready to get the old ones out. Of course, that coincides with the temperature drop. So we are getting some temporary heat to pump into the buildings during that week, during the next week when we have transition to make sure the pipes don't freeze.
Kids will,
But
the building will be vacant though,
the building
right?
will be vacant, and keep it above freezing. I don't know how warm it will actually get, but they expect that to be up and running within 1 week. So should have it up and going and have the kinks out of the system before we have students and staff return.
Oh, that's great.
Terrific.
That's all.
That's it. Assistant Superintendent's report.
Our ELA committees are nearing the end of reviewing all of our curriculums, and we're starting to get some of their choices narrowed down. So we're hoping, Mr. Logothaitis and I, to have some reps in at the beginning of February and have something hammered out sooner than later for reading. Other than that, working on January PD, so which is an ever-changing schedule at times, depending on what we can get presenters in for. So that's it.
Great. Superintendent's report.
All right, in your folder, you would see the second reading of some board policies that we are updating. Also would like to ask you to approve the use of New Philly City Schools buses for transportation of our families to school-sponsored events in the evenings. Would like to have a discussion regarding the proposed new strategic plan for the next 3 years. And for your review, there's the first reading of the 2023-2024 school calendar. And if I could have a motion, I'd like to speak to a couple of those items.
So move.
Dr. Fuller. And a second?
A second.
First of all, the use of New Philly City Schools buses for transportation. This is something that we are implementing this year. You know, with the move away from neighborhood schools, that took away the opportunity for some of our families to walk to those evening events like literacy night or even parent-teacher conferences. So we're going to use some grant funding to pay for transportation to run buses from homeschools to those events and open up those opportunities for parents, or we would like to do that. So asking for your approval for that. The next item, this is your teaser, I'm very excited about. As you know, we started late summer and into the fall, and we've been working on gathering information for a new strategic plan. We have that back in form for your review. I have placed it in the folder for you to review ahead of time. But in January, we're going to be doing a full presentation on what that is. We're also going to start tomorrow. We're going to share it with staff. We're going to get it out and share it with the community in written form, but then invite everybody to come back in January for a full presentation of what that strategic plan would look like, and then ask for your approval of it at that point. So you said this is your team, got the commercial here. And then finally, just want to.
How do you anticipate pushing that out to the community?
So all of our regular outlets, we're gonna put it on the website, it's gonna be out in social media, and we will do an all-call directing people to the fact that it's there as well.
Oh, good.
And that'll be at our regular January meeting, you're going to do that, or?
At our
special?
regular January meeting
Okay.
after our org meeting, yes.
Okay.
Any other questions about that? I didn't mean to.
So we should just get with you as we look that over if we have any questions, so everybody's prepared to talk about it.
Absolutely.
Great.
Absolutely. And then I just want to acknowledge the collaboration and cooperation with both of our labor unions regarding the school calendar. We put out 3 different drafts of school calendars, and they took it to their membership and got votes and decided which one they would prefer. So the calendar that I presented to you tonight is an effort of that collaborative work. So I wanted to acknowledge that as well.
I'm going to take some liberties with item D.
Okay.
When are we going to have our organizational meeting? That's a calendar issue.
It is a calendar issue. Yeah, we do need to determine when that meeting
Yes, we
is
do.
going to be. It needs to be by the 15th. And it's my understanding that we have all kinds of scheduling conflicts that week. So
Chris.
it's Chris, it's Todd.
I own my part. Yep.
What did we narrow that down to?
It seems to me that from our communication, the date that works the best for everyone is the evening of the 10th.
And
because you don't leave till.
I leave in the morning of the 11th.
Right.
Yep.
I
And
think-
you get back
I
like
think
the
I can,
9th?
yep, I can leave early and get back. I cleared that. I think that works for, does that work for you guys down there?
Everybody, if I remember right.
Dr. Fuller, Denver?
So that's a Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday night.
Tuesday, January the 10th. And you good with that?
Yeah, my calendar is sent in December. I'm gonna have to write it on.
You
Free.
have nothing scheduled.
And time?
Doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think regular 6:30 is great.
6:30 should work.
Can we just do both that night or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
we'll
will
do
be right after the other. The organizational meeting shouldn't take longer than 5 minutes. It could take longer, depends on what kind of debates we get into, but it shouldn't take more than 5 minutes. How long do you think I guess the only concern I have about 6:30 is Chris is leaving early the next morning.
Oh, good.
Is that giving us time to spend an hour on the strategic plan if any questions come up?
For me?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Here all night. For however long it takes, yeah.
So then the other calendar issue that we have is that we, several years ago, switched it to the third Monday of the month to accommodate folks who are involved with the school as well as city council. And, it was the second Monday of the month. We've kind of talked about moving it back to the second Monday, that might work a little bit better with some of our schedules.
Great.
Is that okay with everybody if we move it to the second Monday as opposed to the third Monday? Still at 6:30? Okay, then second Monday.
My only question is for Julie on having financials. I mean, can we turn month-end financial info to have it by I guess I could picture is we may have it before the meeting, but the idea of having it like 10 days before the meeting kind of goes up.
Oh, wait, 10 days. I went through the calendar.
You're okay?
So some of those I can get done by the Friday before the Monday, when there's 2 months, but we would just be dumping it in a folder and Monday be the meeting.
Okay.
I mean, 2 of them, and there's a couple others where it's gonna be very close. That's up to you, though. I mean, we will do our best to get it sooner. The one thing I will say is years ago, under my predecessor, we didn't have the number of reporting issues that we have now with the state and things like that. And so it's a little more time consuming to close our books.
Mhm. Well, I'm okay with it as long as we have it before. I'm good. I just wanted to make sure as a point, the board was comfortable with that.
Well, I think that we have the authority, I'll call it,
Okay.
that if we see it's an issue, we can change it. If it becomes an issue in May or something, or March or whatever, we can make a change to that. Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure that was out there.
Okay.
I'm good.
Now, I'm sure Julie will tell us if that's becoming an issue for her office.
The other thing is, if we can't get them done and it's scheduled, I would have to present the following month. I mean, I would hate to call a special meeting for just reports.
Well, see what happens. Okay, terrific. And I believe that's it, right?
That's it.
So are there any other discussion, is there any other discussion on the superintendent's report? Okay, please call the roll.
Dr. Fuller?
Yes.
Mr. McMath?
Yes.
Mr. France?
Yes.
Mr. Galantine?
Yes.
Mr. Weaver?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Do I have a motion to move into executive session to consider the compensation of a public employer official with no action to follow?
So moved.
Mr. Weaver, and a second.
Yes.
Mr. Galantine, call the roll.
Mr. Weaver?
Yes.
Galantine?
Yes.
Mr. France?
Yes.
Dr. Fuller?
Yes.
Mr. McMath?
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, thank you all for coming. Merry Christmas to you.
Yeah, thank you.